Since we started out on Bitcoin. Since we started out on Bitcoin.
I have overinvested by a lot. Since we started out on Bitcoin.
Technology.
Gentlemen in the mix.
This is your homework, Larry.
See what happens, Larry?
Hello, Trados. Welcome to the stream. Good to see y'all. Where 10 of the 11 sectors of the S&P 500 recovered today, closed up. And then in crypto, news-driven catalyst of Ethereum futures, I guess, was the narrative for the rally that occurred. And, the title of the stream could be breaking out or breaking resistance, whatever I said. To point to that, to discuss what I'm talking about, is you have the supply line from July 13th, anchor point 1, August 8th, anchor point 2, and then you have this third touch, September 19th. Anchoring it that way, it seems today the only day anchored that way. The price, the buyers have breached that level, and in the past 7 hours after the breakout was confirmed with a candle close on the 4 hour, you've been formally back testing that level that was once a supply line. It's now possibly a demand line. But that's kind of the update, and that's a pretty good update. Anything above 26,682 is also great, because this has been a level where, you know, price action has correlated there with pivots, and after the pivots, the run to 28.8 a lot. So Hopium is back on the menu. Hopium was on the menu last night only if you looked at the 60-minute joke chart, which kind of, I mean, like, there really wasn't much there on the 4 hour helping. 60-minute was just like, dang, man, there's a recognizable, discernible pattern. Third valley, each high is, or each low is slightly higher than the next, and it was just there. And it's like, all right, we'll see what happens, and woke up to it happening. So, but again, this is not something that anyone would ever really want to do. Like, it's just been, I mean, like, the 4 hour was giving you not much. I mean, I guess the MACD histogram looking back was showing bullish divergence, and guess what? If that was a low, then a lower low, the price action reversed. So I guess TA respected in a way there, but certainly not something I was talking about on stream yesterday. This was in the, you know, last night in the Patreon, that 60-minute look. So daily, here it is. Hopefully we've got only 45 minutes to go. Hopefully the price can sustain. You know, sometimes in these last 60 minutes of the day, you get bullcrap moves down, and it could end up closing below this supply line. So you have not had a formal daily breakout yet. Again, that would require 45 minutes of the same price or higher. And yeah, still haven't even taken out your high from September 19th. So it's like, it's cool, it's great. I mean, that's cool, man. You rallied, you're doing the things I'm talking about, but you got to make a higher high. You are only putting in lower highs, and that includes today's price action. This high is no higher. It's lower than this high from September 18th, 19th. You've got to break that, man. You break that, I think it's going to get really interesting. You're going to go probably rival 28.1, but probably 28.8. And this is just the way it's been. I mean, like, is it altcoins and BNB is going to collapse off that support, and altcoins are going to go into a depression winter, or is it Bitcoin in this well-established uptrend just ends up putting in its highest low with confirmation, and we run again to 31K and break and go to 40K, continue the trend? That's been the very tough question. It's like, I don't know which narrative's going to take over. All right, so that's your Bitcoin. Or
Since we started out on BitConf, let's go further into crypto.
let's do it. All right, here's Ethereum, up 3.53%, was up 4% at its highs. Based on that news of Ethereum futures, I mean, again, a futures chart, or like a futures getting announced, I don't know like what that really does, but you know, sometimes price does correlate to news-driven catalysts like this. So again, you are in between 1728, 1420. Until you break 1728, you are below resistance. That's it. That's all I got, man. I mean, that's Ethereum. Ethereum working on its highest daily candle close, if you can even believe it, since August 30th. Wow, talking about 1 month highs on Ethereum in 43 minutes. Fall stays the same or higher in price. Supply line, like the same one that Bitcoin had developed in a way, I mean, it broke. It's been broken today, not yesterday. It did not, and today it happened. So, all right, nice, man. Very nice. Go to just XRP, that's up 2%. And just, again, we're getting closer to the point where I can say I feel more confident about XRP. Above 51.6 cents, still below it, but trying to engulf today, still below the 200-day moving average. There's just more work to be done, but my alert's set up to where if I hear that beep, things are getting real interesting in a good way, positively interesting. So that's the update. Up 2% on Ethereum news. Breaking back above 50 cents, 50.4 cents. Nice. More work to be done. Okay, let's go to BNB. That's up 1.5%, which is just kind of bad performance, you know. Not really that interesting. It's the weakest of, I guess, of the four, but still sitting below 225. But you just think there's no way BNB can collapse if Bitcoin continues to rally and hits 28.8. It's just not possible. That's the way the crypto market works. So that's, you know, if you care about BNB, you care about Bitcoin. If you care about any S coin in the world, you care about Bitcoin. I mean, this is at above 211 again, and the sellers have really just, where are they? There's no bids, there's no demand, but there's certainly a lack of selling pressure coming in. Third Valley now, 1 low, 2, 3. After the lower highs, it's just getting neutral, becoming more neutral now. That's what happens when you make higher lows, but then lower highs. Neutral. So it just all depends on Bitcoin, man. I mean, Bitcoin's going to 28.8. There's no way. The bottom's probably in. If Bitcoin on BNB, the bottom's probably on BNB if Bitcoin goes to 28.8 here. Okay. My audio is so loud. All right, those are the big four. We can look at total that is also attempting to break that supply line, that same one that goes back to July. There it is.
I like turtles.
I like totals too, but I just show me a higher high. I mean, give me a higher high than the high from September 19th and I'll be even happier. But dude, really, it's like, come on, break the 1 month ago high. Like that was the grayscale ETF stuff news that was a joke. Gotta break that, man. Dead middle of ranges, right? Tron, I mean, Tron looks pretty good, man. I can't even believe it. What's up, Jake? Thanks for the Mexican pesos. 300 Mexican pesos, oh my god. You notice the peso's been killing it too. What had been. It had been going very well.
Can you check out Tron on the monthly, please?
Tron on the monthly. Oh god, hold on. Did that even work? Oh, okay. My OBS updated and then screwed up all my inputs. Hold on. That'll do it. Give me 2 seconds. There it is. Okay, sorry. So I guess you didn't even see total. There's total. Forgive me. Wait, this isn't total? Why is this here? Oh my god, dude. Well, total looks so much. Everything got reset, man, on my computer. Alright, hold on. Here it is, yo, total. The supply line, though, it's still there. It's like broken and back tested. That's pretty nice. You got the breakout and just test, and then now rallying off of it. But yeah, give me some higher lows, man. Or give me some higher highs locally. I feel better. That's it, man. Your total. Tron, though, might as well just look at it now since we're on the subject of cryptos, where Tron is currently, in 38 minutes. If all stays the same or higher.
Hey, Mitch, dude, BTC. Do we have a bet on Bitcoin using the high from 29th August? Target around 27,800.
Oh, hey, Eric Cartman. 27,800. All right. Yeah, well, call me when we get more. Look, dude, what's been happening? Any day Bitcoin has like an up day of 2-3%. The next day it's down 2-3%. So it would just be nice to maybe not scam out and dump 2-3% tomorrow, like almost always now. So we'll see. But I'll tell you this about Tron. It's an incredible performing asset. You can't take it away from Tron, despite who's backing it. Communist Chinese, Justin Sun's joke. But here's this asset. with no fundamental value at all, about to have its highest daily candle close since May of 2022. We're talking about 18-month highs, roughly. Look at this channel, though. It's like ungodly. And talking about like overbought would be 9.2 cents here. It's just a spectacle. It is anomalous. Candle high close is at 8.8 cents. I mean, you're just butting up against pretty much soon to be a major inflection. Well, it's a major inflection point, but you'll soon be testing it. Look, you can see between 8.8 and 9.292, repeating, of course. That's the big breakout level. I mean, above that, there's literally nothing there till like 12 plus cents. So I don't know, man. But he wanted to see the monthly, so we can literally look at the monthly. You're inclined. Here's your monthly. I mean, buyers defended this level like to no end, did they not? That's crazy, isn't it? It's like BNB, except this one never got under, put under investigation by the SEC and stuff, and been getting outed as an exchange everywhere in the West. So yeah, monthly bullish engulfing candle will be confirmed in 2 days, and you're talking about the highest monthly candle close since November of 2021. There are just not many cryptos in the world that you could say that about what monthly we're about to get. That's wild, dude. So yeah, I mean, I just, at this level, how many times you test it, you figure it would pull a BNB, and it didn't. I mean, just too much demand at 5 pennies. They've done a really good job of keeping it propped up, because below 5 cents you can see kind of like where you're headed. It doesn't hold up, but fantastic stuff, man. On Tron Connect, it's done nothing in years, but the price stays up. Tron Connect. All right, we did it, man. Thank you so much, dude. Yeah, China to me. China. Buy my S-Coin. Buy my S-Coin. Okay, comp. Dude, it's insane. I mean, not really much rhyme or reason. I mean, like, I know, like, Neil in the Patreon have been posting about it. He went long on it, leveraged, and it worked out for him. Did this hit an 886? No, it hit a 786, and he just happened to long it at the 786, second low. Yeah, what a pump on some of the 19% up. Working on your highest daily candle close since August 15th, which is really not that great. But this would be a shark or cipher. Man, these 786s. Like, you could look at it like a cipher. Did it make sense though? No, it's 40%. Yeah, 382 on B, higher high on C, 786 on D. Good lord, sorry. Yeah, something like that. Okay, well, hype. Lind was up. Man, Lind's crazy because, I mean, it's still not really that great. It's just cool. It had a good day because Bitcoin's up 3%. Ethereum's up. But yeah, it's still confined within this, like, downsloping resistance, horizontal support. Completed M shape. Like, what are you going to do? You're testing the 200-day moving average, not breaking it. You haven't, I mean, a higher high would be taking out the high from July, mid-July. All right, so just monitoring the markets today. Band up 7.5%. My God, dude, like, they really tried, didn't they? They're doing it. They're doing it for now, until you end up putting in another miserable lower high later, and then rolling over again. But for now, rejoice. Buyers defending 98 cents on band, but unable to break the inner part of the range, right? 118, 123, still below that. So get those alerts set up. If you hear the beeps, you're breaking some serious levels. Just testing them right now. All right, ZRX up 6%. I mean, that was a level. I mean, it really was. Again, we always thought like these levels could hold, but based on historically what's been happening, you're going to hit these levels. A rally will, it'll come in maybe, and then you'll run up and make a lower high than the previous high and roll over later. And that's kind of looks like where we're going, like what's happening anyway. ICP up 1 or 5%. Literally nothing about this that's endearing or interesting. It's a joke. All right, so just looking at these REN that had been garbage, it's still technically garbage. It'll probably make a lower high than the previous high eventually, but it's just up today. Just that's the way it is. Litecoin, it's so close, man. Can you do it? If you can break $66, I'll flip. Okay? I'll become more optimistic. You gotta break that resistance. You're just at it. And I don't know what to tell you, man. It just keeps, these assets are hitting supports for the 50th time in 9 months after only putting in lower highs. And they're testing them again, and they're rallying again. Thanks, Bitcoin. Just that's where we're at. Have your alert set up above 66. You hear the beep. Wow, we're breaking resistance. Things get interesting. That's where we are. All right, so just looking at some of these cryptos, whatever. Looked at total. Let's go to the S&P 500, the spider, whatever ETF of it. Look at I'm a pretty nice engulfing candle today. And you tell me, where do you want to see a bullish engulfing candle develop? Strategically, right? Or this is where you would want to see a bullish engulfing candle develop. Remember what happened yesterday? Yesterday, buyers defended a zone of inflection from history, 422, 426. They defended the demand line, testing it for the first time since March 13th. And today, your daily candle covered the previous candle, and you closed above the entirety of that inflection zone. So that's really nice price action at a key level. Not much of an edge, nothing like class C divergence maybe. If you're lucky. I'm just telling you what happened today. Demand at a place where there could be potential demand. There was demand. Nice. Dow Jones is below the 200-day moving average. Is below 33.7. 33.7's pretty real level. I know it's really choppy on this one. Really choppy. Not as impressive. It's, I guess, piercing line potentially. Maybe a piercing line. You gotta have fall through though. You gotta have fall through tomorrow. You gotta break back above 33.7. Gotta break back above the 200-day moving average. Yeah. Nasdaq also recovery on some of these. Hey, 13K was tested yesterday. What happened today? A bullish engulfing at that level. Wow, it's the most incredible thing ever, right? Price hits inflection points in reverse on the bottom side and the top side. More at 11. Okay, let's see what kind of fall through you get on the engulfing candle at the key inflection point that goes back to January 2021. All right, sweet. IWM. Man, it was up today, 0.9%, up after hours too. Nike would be a driver. I mean, Nike's up like 10% on earnings today. And they missed revenue, I think, for the first time in 2 years. And they still are up 10%. And that is just why it doesn't matter how bleak a situation is, how bad the technicals are, what support's broken on an asset. Earnings will literally throw everything out the window. Nothing makes sense on Nike to really be going up 10% after hours, but it did. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be wary and understand the kryptonite to technical analysis and risk management is earnings, because earnings doesn't matter if it's good or bad. They can do the exact opposite, the price. All right, so let's look at it after hours. Like, just it's up 8% now. It was 10%. It's pulled back some, but let's see, where'd you go? I mean, you gotta be real. It did hit, in the past couple of days, 89, 88. This is a demand, or not a demand line, but a horizontal line that's been plotted for years, and It actually, see, that's the thing. It had a confirmed bearish breakdown of that level yesterday. It was confirmed with a close, right below it. Today, rallied, whatever, but it just doesn't matter if support's broken. It doesn't matter if you close the day below it. Earnings, there is no rhyme or reason to earnings. So you must be aware. If you're in a trade on anything, you must be aware. And being long or short on an asset, going into earnings, you know you're no longer trading, you are only gambling. That's it. And that's, as long as you know that, it's fine. You can gamble if you want. You can also go to a casino and gamble. Oh yeah, they put Wi-Fi in their shoes. Excellent. Can't wait to be surveilled wearing Nike tennis shoes. I'm sure then they'll have a microphone set up. Hey, you had the wrong thought words. You're under arrest. We're coming to your house and we're arresting you. Nice. Okay, so some stocks that did well today. Well, TCS up almost 10%. Look what happened. I mean, these are just educational things, like to remember. Like, hey, we go over it and it's like, is there something that the chart could maybe teach us if we're newer or whatever? Well, just think about like an asset that, hit an inflection point from the COVID crash lows. You can see it. All right, well, the buyers front ran it in May and it ran up to test resistance and then, collapsed on bad earnings. Well, then it has just been drawing down since August. What a rout. And then this is what happens. A formal bearish breakdown, all-time low virtually, right? I mean, that's like that level was breached. Okay. It was the lowest daily candle close in TCS history 2 days ago. And then yesterday, what happened? A false bearish breakdown was confirmed with a bullish engulfing candle and buyers recapturing the inflection zone from over 3 years ago. And today there was follow through off of that complete rejection of a bearish breakdown. False bearish breakdowns have consequences and they look like this a lot. But that doesn't mean that the trend's reversed or TCS is all of a sudden good technically. It's just how it is. And inflection points where strategy and risk can be managed. Something like that. Maybe you broke it. You didn't. If you adjusted one and then made this two, then there's no break, just a test. So it's just, all right, cool. Just it was up today. AMD, I adjusted this bottom trend line, and this thing, how gorgeous does this look? Look at test the 200-day simple moving average. It was successful for the first time since March, early March, and the 97.90 inflection zone was defended again, it was defended. And that's where you're at. And this is a gorgeous structure. I mean, this is one of the most beautiful wedges I've seen in a while. Beautiful. But it's like, have you broken out? No breakout yet. Speaking of semiconductors, I was looking at NVIDIA. They got rated. The French authorities rated NVIDIA, and it's hilarious because it fell on deaf ears. Clearly, no one gave a crap. NVIDIA up 1.46% and it's just working on its highest low ever. Never in human history has a low been put in this high on NVIDIA at 410. Oh yeah, a lot of work to be done. This could rally, make a lower high, and be that momentum shift. But so far, very elevated. That's a completed shark. I mean, like, if you forget the context and you don't even care, it's a bat, excuse me. It'd be like an M shape completed and you're reacting to at least some degree. At 50, lower high, 886, textbook bullish bat pattern right up here. That's wild. Let's see what happens with it. It'd be cool. Let's make it teal. But not all the same story. I know Micron, not good at all. Earnings. Yeah, earnings will do it, man. Doesn't even matter what they reported. So just back to this demand line. and unable to break a just colossal sell wall at 71.50 to 74.66. You think there's too much, like a high, then two lower highs. Is it confirmation distribution? God, dude. And don't do it, man. Don't end up being an X, A, B, C, and then C to D. That'd be taking you way lower. That's like a deep crab pattern. You're taking down the 50s, low 50s. All right, but we can get back to the happiness, because there are assets that are up. Far-Fetched Limited, after making like consecutive all-time lows every day for like 2 weeks straight, has begun to recover. It's up 4.26% in the, you know, in the depths of heck, you know, just gone. Hewlett Packard getting real. I mean, it's like you're butting up against a resistance, a big one, since June. And there's just been no asks, right? Just not near enough supply, too much demand, as the price just stays elevated and just keeps testing it once again today. And if you break 1787, it's such a, look at this level, how real it is. 2018, 2019, 2022, over and over and over again. If it breaks, easy 1946 $20 target. That'd be taking you to the highest levels ever, I guess, on this chart. Hewlett Packard, yeah. Hewlett Packard, man, hey, I dig it, because I met the CEO of the Icelandic Hewlett Packard division back when I was in London at the Liverpool game. And he was like, everything's fine, man. And this was, you know, when was this? I can't even remember. 2021? I don't know, right around here maybe? $15 Hewlett Packard. Didn't do anything forever, sideways, but now looking kind of interesting again. Okay. I'm putting my alert up so you can hear the breakout if it happens. The breach, the attempted breach. Okay. Oh, Eastman Chemicals.
Heads up. There's 2 new ones. Let's give one of them a go.
What was that? Thank you so much for the go. Thank you, dude. That was alright. Smooth. I wish my voice sounded that smooth. You know, Eastman Chemical, it's up 3% today. But, you know, a lot of assets are up today like this, where it's like, wow, look what they did just yesterday. Eastman Chemical yesterday made its lowest close since October of 2022. Pretty much a 52-week low. 50-week low. And it's already rejected resistance. The trend is so bearish. It's like, you're going to get days like this. This means nothing. Like, it's almost like a lot of the altcoins too. It's like, yeah, it's up because the macro had a good day, and it's just don't think it's going to continue. You can get some more rallies, but until a breach of $90 happens, this thing's such a loser. Look at Etsy. I just don't, I mean, it just hit like 2 days ago. Lowest daily candle close in 3.5 years. So it's up 3% today. Whoa, bear market over. That could be a bullish shark though. I don't know. You're just below, anything below 73.50 is 71.50 is like bad, like really bad. You know, you can't be bullish below that level. It's almost like XRP and 50 cents. Like if XRP can get back above 50 cents and back test it at support, I will be Alex Cobb. Just like I might become Etsy Moonboy if the price can get back above 73.53 and then buyers can defend it. Until then, you just have to be hands off. Don't care what it does every day. Don't care. And then like the hotels that had been pulling back, look at this. I mean, it broke the old all-time high from April of last year and has rallied back above it today. And that was the highest close since the 20th. So, wow, a pivot already occurring. We'll see. And Hilton, same thing. It's like, what are you going to do, man? This is so insane how this demand line keeps being defended. This is so wild. Look at that, man. But they can't break resistance. But then sells off too much demand. So now is attempting again to test resistance. It's just ping pong. We're playing ping pong on some of these stocks and cryptos. Let's look at Tesla. They've been taking a beating. It's holding in there. All right, I actually like this. I mean, bullish abandoned baby, but if you could test 230, 231 would be amazing, but you could get one of those. It's almost like you have, if you really start pivoting here, it'd be like Hess. Do you remember Hess? Like that local double bottom but higher low, like this. Like, you know, channel well established, and one look, like you got the high, then the sell off. That's where the bullish abandoned baby was for Tesla. Then a rally, and then another sell off, and then it's a higher low near that demand line, and that could usher in a more substantial rally. So hopefully that is maybe going on for Tesla right now. Take a look at CRM. You know, it was a freaking gorgeous head and shoulders. Guess what happened today? Today, at the lows, CRM saw its lowest price since May. So 4-month lows today. And then a rally occurred on the entire index, you know, all the index funds. So it closed, and for the first time, $205 is being regarded as resistance since breaking it. So 205, what is 205? I'll show you. It's just like candle low close from March 2021, another like a spring back test. That like really helps you see that it is an area to be respected and to be plotted. That right there. So that is what was, and it had been regarded as support, right, in 2021. But now it's just been tested as resistance, so not really any kind of confidence I can have on CRM until the price gets back above that level, holds it as support, and then you eventually take out the right shoulder at 226, 228 to invalidate this thing. But what perfect context, you know, a rally that's been unstoppable, and then it develops up here. The neckline is literally an inflection point from history from years ago. Okay, let's look at Apple. That was barely up today. Like, that's not a good sign, is it? Like, wow, some of these stocks are going gangbusters, and then you got the largest market cap stock in the world that did nothing. Saw its lowest price intraday since May 4th. Still has yet to test that 200-day moving average. I think that's coming. I think you're going to see it. It's going to be touched. But it's not no candle was painted today to give anyone cause for hope. Like, right, there was no engulfing candle today, or piercing line, or bullish hammer, or anything. No, just an indecision joke candle today. And the oscillators look miserable. Like, it just looks like, yeah, lower prices. I mean, you're sitting at 37.6 on Apple's daily RSI, bearish control zone, and no support. Like, all the support's been broken. 176, 182. Those are the two big ones. Below that, 156. So there's like literally no technical reason for like a big old recovery bounce right now. Nothing's implied. If it did happen and you went long with no edge, you'd just be gambling. You flipped a coin and it landed on that side because you were lucky this time. What's up, MTC? All right. Microsoft, good. I mean, I'm showing you what's happening day by day, right, on these stocks. That's all I'm doing. So you can see a swing high from January 2022, April 2022. That level was defended by buyers August 18th, but it only manifested into a lower high than the previous high. And then a sell-off occurred again, and you just made a lower low locally than your lower low, or then your low from August. And now what's happened is, and this could change tomorrow. All has to happen is the buyers take the price back above 318. Easy, but you broke that level. You broke the key inflection point from history, September 26th, and now you have formally back tested it as resistance today. Well, look, what happens when this level was regarded as resistance in history? My God, the price went down to minimum 281. So you better pray. You better pray right now that the buyers soon get the price back above 318. And then we'll be okay, man. But until then, below supports. Here's your Google. Yeah, like we've been talking about it every day, and it's like you can't trust it. It's still a higher low than previous. It's like Nvidia. It's like you can't even. There's no performance on the selling. The gap's about to fill. You probably get a gap fill tomorrow, 133.73 on Google. Yeah, just the rising wedge, but trend is still just too good. Too good of trend. Bearish divergence is really, really underperforming, and it's only manifesting into what? In the uptrend, hidden bullish divergence. So unless some nasty selling comes in, you're working on an edge that would imply a continuation upward. Get the engulfing candle yesterday, and you got the fall through today confirming it. So, okay. Bearish divergence into bullish divergence. Even on the RSI. Amazon also recovered. At least a little bit after doing what? 123.18. Well, it's this level I've had plotted here for a long time. April 2020 peak. And then it flipped to resistance in 2022, even just multiple times. And now it's flipping support. Not really a candle to write home about. It was flat today. It's up after hours 0.27%. And I don't think there's much to do here. Unless you want to tread along that. Definitely the bearish control zone on the RSI. 34.5. Still, though, I mean, it seems like almost no matter what would happen, it's probably going to be a higher low than the previous low. You're going to pivot and run again. Probably go fill that gap at 135. Okay. Yeah, just recovery, man, across the markets, man. Look at Caesars. Like, these are just kind of inconsequential rallies today on most stocks. Not really that big of a deal. I mean, like, it'd be cool if Caesars eventually makes a higher low than $40. It's just kind of like, there's just not much you can do on this. I mean, you can't strategize an entry for a long right here, really. You're below the 200-day moving average. You're below all the inflection points. It's just kind of like, okay, after only putting in a lower high. So that was like some of the good stuff, I guess. And is there any bad? Yeah, Rite Aid was down 9%. The VIX was down almost 5%. Yeah, this is typical stuff. Cool. Already looked at Micron. What about so some of these utility energy stocks? Oh my God! Look at Dominion Energy. Like, it doesn't even matter, man. Like, what a macro does. Those are down 2.9% today. Hidden bearish divergence at resistance, rolling over and running. I mean, you're almost at 43.50, the next target area, next support. It's just a old peak, old high from 2005. Yeah, almost there, man. Garbage. We'll look at Boeing getting wrecked. Lowest daily candle close and an official gap fill from December 30th, 2022. Taking out all the lows. All the lows from March. Gone. And there's not much here, dude. There's really not much here at all till like 170, 160. Getting routed. ES, Eversource Energy destroyed. There's that unironic inverted cup with Hendelman. Lowest daily candle close on Eversource Energy since June of 2018. So 5+ year lows, 5-year lows. Oh my God. Excellion destroyed, lowest daily candle close on this one since November of 2022. But I mean, just all the things you could dream of happened before the drawdown. I mean, like, what more could you ask for? The price action telling you pretty much what's about to happen. And the trend's your friend, this constant distribution, rejecting 200 moving average. And that's like an evening star. And now you're just, getting wrecked. Lowest RSI, well, since September 2022. Another energy company, DT Energy, or the electric utilities. Let me show you in a minute the sector. It's brutal. I tweeted about it because it's so significant in my opinion. I mean, today was the lowest close on DTE since October 7th of 2020. So just about 3-year lows, sorry. 3-year lows, and broke support. And you know what this is. You know what this structure is. It can only be one majestic animal. And it would be the deep crab. And the only pattern completion zone here would be the 1.618, around $87. Let's make it red because it's deep crab or deep fried crab, not just standard crab. Looks like crab, talks like deep crab people. All right, nasty. Southern Company destroyed. But you can't say there wasn't the most beautiful looking structure before it happened. Classic distribution. Your third peak happened to reject an inflection point that takes you back to January 2020. That's what I'm talking about. With hidden bearish divergence to boot, the Wombo combo, and the lowest daily close since March 13th, and heading on down to 61.85 again, most likely. And let me show you here. The only sector that was down today, but it was down by a lot. Something's going on, as Trump would say, on utilities, because this is such a big deal. Demand line, a trend that takes you back to March 2009, the nadir of the global financial crisis, and this complex head and shoulders that began its development in November 2020 and is now concluded with a bearish breakdown at the beginning of this month. Lowest close since, again, March 2021. And wow, there's just, what's the next level? You're pretty much at it. I mean, like that swing low from March 2021 and the peaks from 2017. Good God, man. Like, something's got to change soon, right? It never happens. When do you ever make lower highs? Like, never. Until, this year. Last year and this year. Let's look at a couple commodities. Break it out of here. Been live about 50 minutes now. If you're enjoying it, like button, bell, sub if you want. If not, and whatever. How about sugar? It's up there, man. Let's see, wrong sugar. Here's your sugar. Breaking that 26.6 cent level again. Nice. This thing's probably gonna go to multi-year highs, 29.5 cents. I think commodities are in a super cycle right now. Super cycle. Hog futures, nice. Let's go. You know what it's turned into? No one's gonna argue with me on this. Just locally, what the is this? It's some sort of work of art going on the commodities market. Good God, if that's not Jesus levels, what is, man? Trying to tell me inverse head and shoulders within an inverse head and shoulders or without? My God, man. This is what something looks like before it goes up to $98, $130 again. Beautiful. How about the corn futures coming in there in that divergence? I mean, the higher low here kind of reminds me of Bitcoin a little bit. Made its highest daily candle close, if you can even believe it, since August 1st. Corn futures, okay. Live feeder cattle futures engulfed today, still elevated near its highest levels in human history. It's obscene. You're not going to stop it. You will eat bugs. You will be replaced by third world migrants. You will not have a culture. You will be robbed. Everything bad will happen to you, okay? That's virtually what we're getting from elites. They're telling us that. So, yep, enjoy. Here's your live cattle futures that intraday, for a brief moment in time, hit the highest level in human history. So Jesus chimes for that. It's a steak. It's a steak. Too much, man. Guess what? U.S. Steel. The highest daily candle close on U.S. Steel again since April 2022 is breaking out. I mean, you see it. The zone's broken, and that's the composite operator there. Reaccumulation by the looks of it. Pretty nice. Cotton futures up today. Wow, highest. It was close, man. Never mind. Testing the top of the trading range again. 89.40. And no higher. Pull back there. Natural gas. There you go, man. Natural gas. Finally doing something. Good God. All right. Natural gas had its second highest daily candle close since March of this year. And just getting up there, man. I mean, the resistance now, $3. You break 3, it's probably 4. 389. If you're asking about investing in orange juice futures, now, where have you been? It's a meme in this community at this point. I mean, I made a freaking Discord emoji for orange juice with the Pepe smiling face on the orange juice glass because it's so real. Look at gold. Okay, yeah, another low. Sorry, man. It can be cool, but this is what I'm talking about. Like, you can't do that. You can't put in local lower highs and fall back below the 2011 all-time high, fall back below the 200, fall back below the supply line of the potential drought. You can't do that. And now there's no support really here at all until 1800. So I'll just like be done. Gold is like, it could very well pivot, make a higher low than February, but I'm just telling you, compared to, you have thousands of assets you can buy. You're so free to do that. It's just masochistic to think about gold as something that's actually tradable. It's not. This is not a tradable asset, not really. Have fun though. 10 to $15 trillion asset class. Extremely manipulated. Multiple people have been charged with manipulating and suppressing metal prices, institutions. So you know what's happening, but they have so much money that it doesn't matter. And they're going to continue to suppress the price of paper, gold, silver, platinum, you name it, copper. Let's go to U.S. oil that, did pull back today. Who cares, man? Before it pulled back, though, intraday, U.S. oil made its highest price since August 30th. So forget a pullback. Any pullback's going to end up being probably a higher low than the previous low. You'll run again later. Well, look at orange juice. That is down 2.6% and finally pulled back. All right. Yesterday was it. 368.95. Now you're 345.80. Yeah, every day that goes by, you wonder, when will it all end? Because it hasn't yet. But it all started with classic accumulation. That was amazing. All right, we have a new day, by the way. So Jesus chimes. They're your commodities. We looked at them for the most part. Let's go back to Bitcoin, man. Okay, with the Jesus chimes still going. Guess what? It is confirmed with a candle close. No back test. You probably get the back test today if it's actually real. But the supply line that takes you from July 13th, anchor point 1, August 8th, anchor point 2, anchor point 3, September 19th, that has officially been broken. Great. Cool story. But not good enough. Need to make a higher high than what we just saw 9-10 days ago. Then you got to take out the high from August 20. I mean, that's like, that hasn't happened yet. And it's like, you're close. But do it. The 4 hours promising to a level. I mean, like, because you've broken the resistance. And now you've spent 8 hours. You broke it, on this candle. And then for 8 hours, buyers have defended the level and flipped from resistance to support. So you've broken, you've hooked. Now it is time to go. If this is real, you get pulled back again, right? One more test for the daily. But you would really idealistically prefer a bullish engulfing candle of this candle that just closed in the 4 hour. That would be dream state. And that would take us, I would think, above 27.5 to where we could go rival the high from August 29th. And then eventually see 28.8. And then the whole crypto market saved if that happens. For now. I don't think there's an apple juice future though. It's not so much about who's buying orange juice as much as the lack of supply of it in tandem with the rapid devaluation of fiat currencies around the world based on irresponsible spending from the governments of the West that have utterly and indubitably betrayed the citizens, the constituents. Get the cat's out of the bag. Yeah, we can just commit fraud, in the wee hours of the night, steal an election, and yeah, whatever. Everyone's gonna commit fraud now. Everyone's gonna steal. Morals and ethics have just been deteriorating as fast as our purchasing power. Yeah. Yeah, this is late stage take religion out of culture. This is what happens. You get complete degeneracy. Anarcho-tyranny. Okay, so been live for an hour, really. So, as I say normally every day, Bitcoin's price is not relevant, for it will be priceless in the years to come.
$MTCH daily creating inverse head and shoulders near support line. Thanks.
What's up, Dr. Fish? TripleFishMatch.com. Yeah, we'll look at it. Sure. Just saying, like, Bitcoin, the price doesn't matter because the stage is set for Bitcoin to flourish in terms of what it is, not, oh, it's gonna make me money on the collapse of fiat. It's an alternative way to store your wealth in I don't know, like a environment where people in charge of the money have decided they don't care what you say, what you think, they know you're not going to do anything, so they're just like, whatever, man. We'll just keep doing this till collapse, and then you have this group of global elitists that are all for it, because when that happens, they've got a plan in place to make one world government and to make it to where you're a servant to that one world government, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's coming. You're getting replaced. Tens of thousands of third world migrants crossing the border every single day. They know it. They're letting it happen. They want it to happen. You cost too much, Western human. You are way too much upkeep. Especially for how much they're spending. So, man, one T.
Matt tipped $25. Could you take a look at Riot Blockchain Mitch? Many thanks for stream.
Yeah, thank you for watching, man. And we'll look at Riot. We'll look at Match. Let's go to Match real quick. Knock these requests out. We're going to say,
Since we started out on Bitcoin, let's go further into crypto.
I can't even tell if y'all heard that. It's quiet on my side. Match.com. I don't know, man. Like, this is all I've got. What was it you were going to ask? You were saying about it? said something. Hold on. Daily creating inverse head and shoulders near support line. Nah. It's not a head and shoulders. Inverse head and shoulders. Okay. So anytime a neckline is this, you know the trend is like extremely bearish. There is no question, and it's been that way for multiple years, right? Multi-year bear trend. The most recent discernible event is the lowest high of the entire bear trend. If there was enough demand from buyers to push the price to test this very real sell wall from October 2022 around $53, you might have some sort of argument for maybe there's that much demand, so momentum could begin shifting, but the momentum is too much in favor of the sellers based on the, look, 1, 2, 3 highs before rolling over and seeing your lowest daily candle close today since June 8th. That to me, and 47.43, what is that? Oh, it just happens to be an inflection point. I mean, I don't look at Match.com every day. Look, this high from 2018. It's a major reversal area. What happens historically when this level is rejected? You're going down to minimum 37, but then maybe 33. I'd feel confident in that. The lowest high. No, I would not look at this like an inverse head and shoulders at all. Nah, so it's like, you have the drawdown, and then right a bottom gets put in, and a rally, and then a sell-off, and then a rally. What you want to see is a horizontal neckline that at least proves there's enough demand to rival the previous peak, right? That would create the neckline of the inverse head and shoulders, and then a sell-off that would then rival the shoulder, the left shoulder, and then you'd catch another rally that would occur, and you'd test again. That's a good inverse head and shoulders, and then you have an inverse head and shoulders that develops where you make the lower low, the bullish divergence develops, then you get a rally, and then it gets like to an 886. And I don't think you should be going lower than 886 for a slanted inverse head and shoulders, what you're talking about, before the right shoulder gets developed, and then and right, so you have that, okay, and then you can also have like an inverse head and shoulders that develops that we'd kind of seen on Starbucks, where there's so much demand. Sometimes like you can make a higher high. Buyers getting really aggressive here, and then the sell-off, and then substantially higher low gets put in than the right shoulder, and that indicates overwhelming demand. So much demand, the sellers that tried so hard to rival that low, they couldn't even do it. And then another test of that neckline for the breakout. So I think like you're looking at just, it's way too weak here. There's no neckline anyway, so sorry. I don't think so. I think like let's wait for, I mean, maybe this level holds, but dude, it was down 1.25% today on a good day for the macro. Like the macro was like, okay, what happens if the macro continues to accelerate downward? Like this correction continues that we've been going, about 10% correction, 9% correction. What if it continues? Well, you know where this is going, way lower. Definitely not going to hold 38.84. Definitely no Japanese candlestick reversal. You can pay attention to it all you want, but to me, I wouldn't even think about touching this for a long. That is not a strong neckline at all. You're crazy. That is not a strong neckline. I just went into like, okay, whatever. Like you can just say that. It's like, okay, fine. Completely everything I just tried to say goes out your ear. Like again, perfect example. It's a live example. Let's just flip the chart over. That's what I'm talking about. Strength, right? Look, the sell-off, the lowest low, then the rally. There was so much demand that the buyers were actually able to make a higher high than the left shoulder, right? And so here we are right back at this. You know, so it went a little bit lower, which is kind of weaker, but it was pretty close, pretty perfect structure right here. So I'd feel more comfortable about a higher high or the same high versus a substantially lower high. It's just, another lower high, and there's no confirmation that the bottom's even put in. It could just end up making the lowest low on something like Match right now. All right, but optimistic on Bitcoin, okay? If you break a supply line, optimistic. You could be jumping across the effing creek again, man. I mean, this could be a creek jump. Reaccumulation creek jump. It may not happen, but if it is Wyckoff reaccumulation, this is certainly something that has to happen. So it's like step one was completed with the daily candle close today, but not near good enough because you got to make higher highs, at least locally, and you haven't even. And then you got to break 28.8. Then you got to go rival 30, 31. There's so much that has to happen on Bitcoin. But again, one thing that can happen in these extremely complacent, dead market conditions is people could think somehow the trend's over. If people I think I've read people talking about Bitcoin being in a bear trend. And it's just not right now. Like for the year of 2023, show me when it ever really made a major lower low than the previous discernible low. I mean, maybe here, but these two lows, I see local lower lows all the time in uptrends. One low, the second low, it's lower, but these two lows are higher than this low. Same here, a low, then lower low, but all these lows are higher than this low. And here, I mean, you made the same low. One low, the second low in the uptrend, buyers defending the support. And you jumped across the creek. So we're not out of the woods. Not even close out of the woods. We're in the Hunger Games, I guess, and we killed a couple people. Congrats. You killed a few people. You know, you got sponsored by somebody. You got sal for your bees. And that's about it. You're in the trees, and you're still what's going to happen? Because there's still a lot of people left in the Hunger Games that can kill you. So each resistance, I guess, at this point would be a person. And when you break 31K, you have won the Hunger Games, and you will eat overpriced steak and drink orange juice at 38 to 40K. Let's go to Riot for Matt with 1T. Not really as good looking of a chart. I mean, that played out wonderful, but it seems like it was just a trade. But the wedge action, kind of like AMD a little bit. Back test of a level of support, and now it's back down. And you are currently below 960, and it is a pretty important level, right? Yeah, dude, it is such an important level. It's let's just call it a zone here. How did I plot this? Let's see. Let's make it like that. Right there. Look at the touches. 2012, then 2 touches in 2013, then another touch in 2014. You're at this extremely real level where you can tell what happens to the price almost literally every time at minimum 1672, right? So you go all the way to where look at this resistance. Look at the resistance still in 17 and 18. And then it was rejected in 2022. And then it was defended as support in 2023 before the run. And here we are, really, really trying. I mean, yeah, trying hard to get back above it, but you're currently closing at it. It'd be nice to see the price get back above the level and then to somehow do this later. Then I'd feel really confident about at least you can easily manage your risk if that price action occurs, right? Yeah. It's a very real level, 942. You close at 943. So yeah, keep your eye on that. That's the most important level on this chart right now. All right, so Bitcoin potentially jumped across the creek. Bitcoin broke the supply line, has formally back tested the supply line for 8 hours now on the 4 hour, and is working on if we are fortunate enough, if we engulf on this 4-hour candle, which means you will cover the previous red candle, it would be a break, hook, and go confirmation breakout off the supply line, which would be the creek of potential reaccumulation. So that is cause for optimism, not celebration. If Bitcoin does all these things, then no altcoin's going to be able to crash or collapse all those levels that these assets have been at. A bounce will occur. Most likely, though, it won't be very good. It'll end up being another lower high after going up 20-30% in value and then rolling over later, just prolonging this crap on these altcoins. It's fine. Who cares about altcoins? Bitcoin is the one. Altcoins virtually do nothing for anyone. Bitcoin already does things for many people. It's just not so many people in the first world, because our currencies in the first world haven't completely been absolutely destroyed, but I think we're at record pace for that. So just pay attention to an asset with complete decentralization, but transparency too, and finite supply. It's an inflationary or deflationary asset at heart, because if you lose your keys, they're gone forever out of the blockchain, never to be recovered. So pay attention. Decent development today, and I'll just leave you with that. So thank you all for coming out. Pray for the engulfing candle on the 4-hour for the break and go confirmation, and we'll just reconvene tomorrow unless something insane happens. Until then, respect the TA.
Your butt is gonna be. Your butt is gonna be. Your butt is gonna be. Your butt is gonna be.